Okay, this video is going to deal with number 6 on the Chapter 6 final review. So we first look at this and we see that we have two declarations here. So there K is 5, J starts out as 3. And then K++, line 3 just simply means to add 1 to K, and so K becomes 6. If it were plus K, the same thing would happen. There would be no difference. Number 4 is where we start dealing with differences. And so here's the key issues. Either you increment before doing all operations, or you increment after doing all operations. Well, what are operations? Operations are the arithmetic ones, like add, subtract, multiply, divide. There are also assignments, and there's also printing. So if any of these operations are involved in the program statement, you either do those before or after the incrementing. It's very simple because you look at where the increment operator is. It is fixed after the variable, so therefore you're going to increment after doing all the operations. And so in this first one, on number 4, the only operation that's here is the assignment. So therefore, what we're going to say then is we are going to increment after doing the assignment. And so what we do is we cover up the increment operator so it doesn't tempt us to increment too soon. And it's just K is assigned J. Well, what is J? J is 3, so K becomes 3. Now we can do the incrementing of J because we've done the operation that was involved in the program statement. So J becomes 4. Line 5. The operations are plus, or addition, and then assignment. And so we're going to do, and because the increment operator is fixed before the variable, we are going to go up here and we're going to increment before doing all the operations. In other words, we're going to increment before we do the addition and the assignment. And so we now increment J, and so J becomes 5. And then and actually, if you wanted, you could actually cover this up because we're not going to do this anymore. We've already done the incrementing. So now J plus 2, which is 7, 5 plus 2 is 7, is now going to be assigned to K, and that takes care of our two operations. Alright, then we go on to the next line. Next line, there are no operations, just incrementing. No other extra operations, and so we're just going to increment J, and that becomes 6. Okay, it's number 7. We have a few operations to do. We have a multiplication, and we have an addition, and we have an assignment. So the increment operator is after the variable. So we are going to increment after doing the subtraction, the multiplication, the addition, and the assignment. So we're going to cover this up so it doesn't tempt us to increment too soon. And we're going to use K the way K is right now. Well, K is 7. So we're going to take 7 times 5, and you always do the right side of the assignment operator first, and then you go in order that they show here, the addition and then the assignment. So we're going to take 7 times 5, which is 35. So this actually becomes 35. And so really what this is now saying is 7 plus equals 35. So J plus 35 is going to be assigned to J. J is 6, and 6 plus 35 is 41. And so that 41 now, the last operation is going to be assigned to J. All right, then we still have to do the incrementing of k, because that we left to happen after doing the multiplication, addition, and assignment. So we're going to increment k, and it's going to become 8. The next line, 8, we have an operation. It's called printing, and so we are incrementing is after the variable, and so we're going to increment after we do the printing. So once again, we cover this up. We're going to use j as it is, and so it's going to say I saw j dogs. I saw 41 dogs. And then we're done with the printing, so now we're going to do the incrementing, and so j becomes 42. We go to the next line, and now j is decremented, and so it becomes 41. Then we go to line 10. There is addition and an assignment. Those two operations have to happen before or after. So the increment here is before the variable, so we're going to increment before we do the addition and the assignment. So k becomes 9. Okay, we have used up the increment operator, and so we're just going to do the right side first. K is 9 plus j is 41, so that's 50. So j is assigned 50. We already did the incrementing, so we don't have to do it again. And then in the last one, we have just two operations, and we have the multiplication and the assignment. Well, j is the incrementing is after the variable, so we're going to increment after multiplying and assigning. And so we will hide it. And so k is 9, j is 50, so 9 times 50 is 450. 450 now, the last assignment or last operation is assigned. We're going to go 450 is going into k. And we're not done yet, though, because we still have to increment, and so increment j, and there you have it. 450 and 51 are your k and j values.